going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. I want to thank you for hitting that play button. And as always, if you're a family member and you've come back to watch another video, thanks for hitting that play button. If you're brand new to the channel, if you love Corvettes, if you like cars in general, then this is definitely going to be a channel that you'll want to check out. So make sure you hit that little subscribe button there, the little bell button next to it. That way you know each and every time I'm putting out a video. Guys, let's see what we're doing today. About to take off to the dealership. Yes, I'm headed to the Chevy dealership, and I'll let you know what I'm doing when I get there. But before we head that way and I take you with me, I was contacted by a gentleman that owns, he's a retired engineer. He owns a 2014, I believe it is, C7 Stingray, and he has started a website and a product line. He's engineering some things for, for C7s. And also for, I believe it's the Suburbans and Tahoes as well. But he did send me a couple of things, and it's a company called Sandyeggo Designs. Kind of cool how he says, can you see that? Sandyeggo Designs. It's pretty cool. But again, these two things that I'm about to show you, I am going to have linked below. So if you guys want to check it out, you can. You know me, I like supporting local and also national companies that are, Corvette related, Corvette based, things like that. But these are pretty cool. He sent me 2 items. So he sent me 3 items. We're going to look at 2 of them today, and then we may look at the other one in a week or so. But I think they're very practical things. I think when I show these to you, you're going to go, duh, I need one of those. It's been a couple of days since I started her. Just took the battery tender off. And you guys want to hear it? You want to hear that Corsa Extreme cold start? I know I do. Guys, that never gets old. Never gets old. Okay, guys, the very first thing, and I'm sorry for the sun, it's kind of coming down this way. But the very first thing that he sent me, and it makes total sense, because how many of you guys know, if you own a C7 Corvette, this right here is almost useless. I mean, just the way this goes in here, it's constantly coming out. It's just a huge pain. Half the time matter of fact, I don't even ever have it in here. This is a smooth side here. It's real smooth. And you got kind of a slot. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see that. Again, I apologize. That piece that's gonna be smooth, the one on the bottom. But all you do is pop it right over the top. Now, it's going to stay in now. I mean, GM, you're building beautiful cars, don't get me wrong, but golly, I think the guy maybe who was in charge of engineering that, I think maybe he stayed up a little too late and just turned something in whenever it was time for final approval. The second thing he sent to me also makes perfect sense to have, and that is, we all know this infotainment screen here. So we all have this infotainment system. We got this nice little button that you press. I always usually have some Kleenexes back there, something like that. We've got a wallet, because of course if you own a Corvette, you got to have a wallet in there. But one thing that he came up with, which is really, really cool, little shelf. It's got a soft top on the top, as far as, if you want to, it comes with it off, but you can take it and stick it and put it on there. He's even cut it for the same size. So if you want that same felt feel, you just take that sticker off and just put it on the metal here. But what this does is, you take this little shelf. It's got pretty cool. It's got a little logo there, part number and everything. You take this and you put it inside and you push it all the way to the back, and then you push down on it. So it still leaves your USB charging port. So if you want to put your phone up there, in my case, if you have an iPhone 6 or you have a 6 Plus, it's not going to fit in here anyway because of how big it is. But if you have a smaller phone, that's why I put mine over here. But if you've maybe got your wallet, you want to put your wallet in there. Maybe you've got some Kleenexes or whatever you want, you can put it down there. But now you kind of have a little, like a little caddy here that you can put in stuff into versus everything just kind of being thrown into that. Let's lighten that up. There we go. So I think this is pretty ingenious. So you've got an upper deck and a lower deck there to put stuff in. These are from a gentleman who is a fellow Vette owner, and I'll have linked below where you can go to his website. He's a relatively relatively new in what he's doing, and so I'm sure his product line is going to grow, and the different things that he engineers and comes up with. The third item is pretty cool. The third item is probably not for everyone, but I could definitely see a lot of people using it. And again, I will show you guys that in an upcoming video. But if you would like to look into these, if you want to look into that, of course, I'll have it linked below with every other thing. So if you're brand new to this channel and you say, Chuck, where did you get this or that or the other? Just go down to the description below. Everything is down there. So guys, let's get over to the dealership. One thing that's pretty cool here, guys, is they actually have a big board that has all the different names and stuff on it. And then if you've got nothing to do, you can go take a bike ride over on the trails. Pretty cool. But I'm here at Jim Glover Chevrolet, and I'm having, you guys know that I lowered the car and went on a little play day, different things like that. And so what I am going to have them change, I had it aligned, but at a different, somewhere else, but I don't think they got the camber right. And you know, I just don't think it's towed right. I wanted it towed in just a little bit, if not at zero, versus I think it's towed out a little bit just by the way it's kind of pulling some of the tire wear, things like that. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about brakes and rotors. You know, the vast majority of the cars are all going to have the metal brakes, Brembo brake pads, but there is one thing that I think GM has made it right in that if you want to, you want to order a Corvette or you want to get a Corvette, to get the carbon ceramic brakes now, that's just an option. You don't have to get the entire Z07 package with the cut 2 tires and the full 3-phase aero or anything like that. You can get the brake package just by itself. The reason why I would definitely say you want to get the ceramic brake pads is for a number of different reasons. I'll just start with the obvious, and that is they look cool. The second is they create zero brake dust, so you're not out here having to clean the wheels every time you go out and take a ride. And you know, many of you guys that are watching the videos and maybe you've just recently purchased a Corvette, you already know how bad the brake dust is on the OEM brake pads. I've been preaching about that for the last year. The reason why I would want them is they're quite a bit lighter. You're talking about 12 pounds per rotor. So, I mean, you're going to reduce, you know, close to, you know, over 40 pounds on the entire car by changing. How you doing? They wanted to make sure I wasn't out here spying on their car dealership or anything like that. But no, again, guys, you know, the third reason why I would probably go with the carbon ceramics over just the metal brakes. Third is brake fatigue. You know, you guys seen a video that I did probably about it's been about a month ago, but I was out with the Vette Club, and even though we were just doing kind of more of a what we call a play day, or you know, kind of autocross, you could definitely tell after about 4 or 5 runs of, you know, getting up to 45, 50 miles an hour and then making hard cuts, that there was some brake fatigue that started happening in my brakes. I started noticing it. Versus, you know, Joe, who has the exact same car as me, he wasn't experiencing hardly any of that brake fatigue, because these bite so hard, and when you're getting into a corner, you can get into it a whole lot deeper and not have to worry about any of the brake fatigue or anything like that goes on with that. So, you know, that would be the third thing, is for performance. People that don't have anything good to say about ceramic brakes are usually people who have never had them because they want them, but because they don't have them, they're kind of haters on them. But, you know, at the same time, if you've ever had ceramic brakes and you've had that experience with them, then you're probably a guy that anytime you have a sports car, you're gonna make sure you have those. Same year as my car. It's a 2016 Z06. Another 2016 Z06 right here. Big reason why a lot of people are afraid of carbon ceramics is because of their price, of course. You know, again, if you go with the option and you want to do that check mark, I believe it's, I think it's 7,500 bucks. So you may be out doing a track day or anything like that. You know, a lot of people are worried about, you know, these things not lasting very long and you being out another $7,000 to $8,000 for some brakes after 4 or 5 years. That's just not going to be the case, guys. If you even go to Brembo, if you'll go to their website, they actually have theirs rated at 100,000 miles. So it's one of those things, you're probably, number one, you're probably not going to own the Vette for 100,000 miles, so I probably wouldn't worry about it. You're probably not going to even own it up to maybe 70,000 miles. But, you know, all of you guys who have carbon ceramic brakes, let us know down in the comments what you guys think about them. You know, that's what this is here for. Guys, I know there's a bunch of background noise and some different things, but right here, we're right here on the highway, so it may be a little bit noisy. If you have the carbon ceramics, let everybody know down in the comments section exactly what you think about them. You know, would you go with them again? Do you enjoy them? Is there something that you don't like about them? You know, maybe you're one of those guys and you don't have carbon ceramics and you want them. Let us all know down there, Chuck. You know, God, I should have got those. The ZR1, I know that's going to be, they're just going to come with them on there, just like they did in the C6 era. So I'm not really worried about that. It's not gonna be something I'm gonna have to order. I'm gonna be getting anyway. But you know, definitely get the carbon ceramics. We got her back in the garage. She is now, the Black Mamba is now dialed in. Now there were some issues with the left, or the driver's left side, the front left. The camber was off, the caster was off, the towing was off. The very top, that's what the car looked like before, and then the numbers that you see below is what we dialed it into. So that is set up for doing mainly street driving and very little track driving. Get a little bit better wear on the tires. That way the tires aren't, you know, you're not eating up the insides of them, which if you have a Z06 Grand Sport, you probably see a lot of that. I don't know if it's that bad on the actual Stingrays. You guys who have Stingrays can let me know. Guys, continue sending in your photos and make sure you put down in the description what it is. If you have an Instagram account, put your Instagram name and let me know. I'll give you a shout out there. But guys, until I see you at the next video, I hope each and every one of you have a blessed week. Now, let's check out some of your beautiful rides. I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you Hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then